Guys, welcome back. We have had a fun start to this show, but I figured it was time to bring in a good friend. My friend Drew Sanders, the head coach of the Vandegrift football team, is here. Coach Sanders, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We are kind of past the offseason, moving into the preseason right now.
For sure.
And I wanted to get a feel for your team. Your team that was incredible last year is losing a lot. You're losing two quarterbacks who are going to play college football, one of the most dynamic receivers in our area going to play.
Oh, yeah, Miles.
Yeah, he was special. A couple of D1 athletes on the O-line, all your linebackers, the brains of your secondary. You're losing a lot. Does the preseason and the build up to the regular season look different when you have to replace all that you guys are losing?
You know, I think we've got a lot of attention on that because we lost some college players. You know, I've never had that many college players on my team. But we've had many years. The year we went to state, that year we replaced 8 on defense, you know, and so it is normal for us to have very large senior classes at Vandegrift, a lot of kids on the sideline, which is amazing, right? And so you've just got to find a way every year to replace what you have. Now, to say that we're just going to plug and play somebody in for Miles Coleman's spot, I mean, that's, you know, that's hard to do. But we definitely have some good playmakers coming up that I'm very excited about. Got a new quarterback that's coming up that we're excited about too.
When you think Vandegrift, first thing you have to think is what the school is named after, who the school is named after. That's an inspirational story on its own. Please remind us of that and how you weave that into fall camp.
Well, I mean, how long do I have? It's going to take a while, but basically, we are named after Matthew Vandegrift. He was the first Leander ISD graduate to die in the War on Terror. He died April 21st in 2008, and we were named after him in 2009, so a very quick turnaround. He went to A&M, served in the Corps, and was, by all accounts, an amazing individual, an inspiring leader, and someone that we're very, very proud to be named after. Now, weaving his service to the country and his personality into our program, I take a lot of pride into that. So does our principal, Mr. Little, who we've been together for the entire time that Vandegrift's been open. We carry out an American flag before every game. We touch his officer sword before every varsity game that his father, Dutch Vandegrift, donated to us. And so, I mean, those are a couple of ways. The person that carries out the flag is voted on by the team captains each week for the person that most represented Matthew Vandegrift throughout that week.
The teaching part of coaching, the leadership part of coaching, that's something that you definitely lean into when it comes to coaching kids. Now you have a different role in the Texas High School Coaches Association that's going to allow you to coach coaches, Mr. President.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I think I've got my guards and everybody's Secret Service somewhere here.
I saw the guy with his hand on the earpiece.
Yeah, there he is over there. You know, I think that it's one of the biggest honors that I've ever had in my coaching career. A lot of people that may not know, it's the THSCA, stands for Texas High School Coaches Association, and it is the largest organization of its kind in the entire world. There are 28,000 members. I don't know if a lot of people know that. And I'm excited to go forward and defend what public education is, because I believe that the public school is the center and the front porch of an entire town or entire community. And so many things, obviously, through sports, or many other things like band or the dance team, they all represent all of us.
My last question for you today, Coach. I want you to visualize, put yourself in the first day of varsity camp.
Okay.
You're leaving home. You know that you are pulling up to school. You're maybe 5 minutes away. And you get to pick one last song to put on your radio that's going to get your mind right for the first day of camp. What song are you going to?
Man, you know, that's a hard, it just depends on my mood. The first day of camp, I'll probably try to get going maybe with some Back in Black or something like that. You know, we've got to get the mood, you know, going where we're ready to go and get pumped up. But I will be honest, it doesn't take much for me to get excited about football season, or it doesn't take a song either. Like, I'm ready to go right now. I was ready before summer started. And so I'm so excited. We've got a great schedule with a lot of great opponents on it and a great team coming back. So we're pumped, and I'm excited to be here and talking about them.
There we go. Back in Black, back in the season, back in the end zone, and we're back talking about football. Drew Sanders, thank you for joining us. I appreciate your time.
All right, thanks.
Great. Great combo, Jeff.
Appreciate
My goodness, man. That's why you get paid the big bucks. All right, it's time to start clearing. It's time to start clearing. You got to talk to the boss about that. It's time to start clearing your Friday night schedule so you can be right here with Jeff and I for Friday Football Fever.
That is right. Every single Friday night throughout the football season, we'll be on KVUE to bring you the best highlights and all the scores you need from around Central Texas. Do this one thing for me. Pull out your phone right now and set a reminder for August 30th. That's the first show of the season.
Ooh, and as we know, every great show has a great storyline. So, Jeff, what's a storyline in high school football that you're excited to do?
You know, I love high school football, especially here, so there are so many storylines that I'm looking forward to. But there's one that I don't think has been talked about enough, and that's a high-powered offense that is going to take the field at Anderson High School, especially the passing attack. Now, the guy who catches this ball is a name that you guys know well. That's Ed Small, a former UT baseball commit, a current TCU football commit. He's been a 3-year starter for the Trojans, and he is just outstanding. Go balls, jump balls, slants, fades, whatever you need him to run, he is catching and has a nose for the end zone. And his quarterback, not the guy who you see on the film right now, his quarterback is going to be a first-year starter for Anderson named Max Gerlich. Max actually recently committed to UTSA. This is D1 commit to D1 commit. I think they're going to put up a ton of points this fall.
Well, I think this next school is going to have a D1 commit at running back, dropping it to 4A. Look, LBJ, I'm excited to see them drop down to the division because we all know they're talented and we all know what they're capable of. And so being able to be in the division with the same enrollment as other schools will be a positive outlook. But then also, Jeff, if I'm being kind of selfish here, I wasn't here during their state championship run. And so I didn't get to see the magic. I didn't get to see it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to feel that again. Well, I'm trying to feel it for the first time for y'all to help me understand what it was like when LBJ made it to state, and I hope they can do it this year, drop it down to 4A.
Yeah, the Jags are fun to watch, especially when they are rolling. And check this out, another fun to watch team. We made it out to picture day at Westlake. 1, 2, 3, cheese. These guys had plenty to cheese about over the recent years. The Shafts have only lost 2 games in the past 4.5 seasons. Both of those losses came in the 5th round of the playoffs against North Shore, a powerhouse from just outside of Houston. Now, those losses may have happened months ago, but they are still fresh in the minds of this year's team.
We don't like losing 2 times in a row to the same team. We think that we're better than that. We think that we can beat them, and we want our second chance. We're excited to get back to that. I mean, we've been doing our homework, we've been working, we've been watching film. We're ready for the season.
Westlake, one of the few teams in our area that opens the season on a Thursday. They'll kick things off against Prosper on August 29th.
Now, KVUE will have wall-to-wall college football games every Saturday this fall, and there are plenty of guys from the 512 that we expect to be shining bright.
Yes, we do. Whether it's the SEC, ACC, or Big 12, several of the top players you're going to see on Saturdays will be from our area. And we dusted off some old high school highlights for this segment. Time to hop in the Wayback Machine and check these guys out. You remember them way back to 2022.
Oh, yeah.
That's when Westlake quarterback Cade Klubnik just lit it up in Central Texas. He's currently the man in charge leading the Clemson Tigers. Cade struggled at times during his sophomore campaign last season, but he finished the year strong, and we expect him to do big things for the Tigers in 2024. The guy was the National Player of the Year his senior year of high school. We know he can do it with his arm and his legs, and if you know a Clemson fan who is doubting our guy, just send him my way, and I'll show him that video.
Yeah, man, that was clean. Now, this next star from the 512 is being touted as one of the top players in the entire nation. Former Manor Mustang Taj Brooks. He's entering his 5th season at Texas Tech, and he's the true definition of a workhorse running back. Brooks has amassed more than 3,000 rushing yards in Lubbock to go along with 29 touchdowns. And he told me at his camp this summer that he's looking to break the career rushing record for Texas Tech. So it'll be pretty dope if he can achieve that.
Moving on, I have another running back who I'm keeping my eye on. That's former LBJ Jaguar Cedric Alexander. He's entering his sophomore season at Vanderbilt. Last year, Cedric was named to the SEC All-Freshman team after racking up more than 500 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns. He led the conference, which is the best football conference in the nation, in rushing yards for a freshman. We expect him to get even more action this season in Nashville.